on the first day of my vacation, they turned the lights out. I sat there in the dark and prayed for death. I wrote a song. I thought it was stupid, even though I know not all of them can be the best. I read with a flashlight for several hours, waiting for the electrician dude to come and fix the breaker for love to save me. But that was not the message that got through. No, death is the only thing that makes this interesting. You know in your heart that you get bored. Death is the only thing that makes this interesting. Why in hell on earth would you want more? Well, after several hours of this, I became discouraged, but determined to make something of the day. I went to the open mic to get some rage out and play my song, but I got number 58. And I became acceptance. I sat there unmoving, watching all my friends get on the stage to sing their asses off, to try and reach me, but I didn't have my anthem till I heard Tim Warner say, death is the only thing that keeps this interesting. Why in hell on earth would you want more? Death is the only thing that keeps this interesting. You know in your heart that you'd get bored. Dad! 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 Give me Dad! Dad! Give me Dad! Give me Dad! 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 I took my piranha, antagonized it, and smeared its shit around where I knew you would see. I meditated, but kept getting distracted about how wonderful it was to be me. 'Cause I have found the way out. I have found the way out. I have come to shake hands and make fools of the fools. Everything you've heard, my dear, is true. Death is the only thing that keeps this interesting. Why in hell on earth would you want more? Death is the only thing that keeps this interesting. You know in your heart that you get bored. So give me death. Thanks for sticking around and listening, everybody.
Comedy is the only job where the entire goal is honesty and the entire business is bullshit. That's the first thing you learn when you start being a comedian. Comedy, the art form, is beautiful. comedy, the industry, is like a used car dealership run by sociopaths. Look at my used car. No, look at my used car. No, look at my used car. And the weird thing is, I still love it. I love it enough to move to New York City from Syracuse for it. Then COVID happened, and then I spent almost 5 years living in my car, still chasing the dream. And that's not the romantic version of following your dreams. Nobody tells that version. Nobody puts that on a poster. Come see the comedian who slept in a Volkswagen Tiguan behind a Walmart parking lot. But here's something comedy taught me that nobody warns you about. If you really want to do this, you have to take a deep dive into yourself. The pretty stuff and the ugly parts of you and this. Comedy forces you to do a personal inventory on your own mind. You start asking the uncomfortable questions like, why do I think this way? Why does this bother me? Why does this make me laugh? It's basically stand-up comedy meets a step 4. And if you're not willing to look at yourself honestly, this art form will expose you. Because comedy only works when it's real. And when something real hits, people laugh. Which is fascinating. Because laughter is a direct response to truth. Laughter is emotional. It's involuntary. And here's the thing I've realized about it. When a person laughs for that moment, they have no offense and they have no defense. They're open, completely open. And that's the moment a comedian can actually touch someone's soul. That's the magic of it. Because all of this is make-believe, which is why every other part of society is pretending. Politics is pretending. Corporate culture is pretending. Marketing is pretending. Social media is pretending. Everybody walking around acting like all of this makes perfect sense. And comedians are the weirdos in the corner going, does any of this make sense to anyone else? Carlin did it. Pryor did it. Hicks did it. Patrice did it. They just stood there and pointed at reality. Like, are we all seeing this? Or am I the crazy one? And sometimes the audience laughs because they agree. And sometimes they laugh because to them, you are the crazy one. Either way, truth just happened. That's the craft. Comedy is basically professional pattern recognition. You stare at the world long enough until you notice the hypocrisy, the contradictions, the absurdity, and then you say it out loud. That's it. Because comedy is the last place where someone can stand on a stage with nothing but a microphone and their thoughts. And if a thought is true enough, the entire room explodes. No special effects, no orchestra, just truth and timing. And after everything, New York, the car, all the chaos, and this recovery. I am realizing something. I don't love comedy because it's fun. I love comedy because it's the one thing in my life where I can actually give something back to people. The gift of laughter. Not taking it, giving it. Because for 4 seconds, when that laugh hits, people forget their problems, they drop their defenses, and the world actually makes sense. 4 seconds at a time. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody that is here. I appreciate it greatly. One sitting at the chat right now. If you make some noise, I'd greatly appreciate it. Put up an emoji. Tell me off. Say hello. Whatever it is. Anything on your mind. Please. I'm here for it. In case you don't know me, my name is Tim Warner, and this is a live stream I do once a week. I call it the Joker in the Rye. And let's see. Let me go over some things real quickly. First of all, anyone in the Austin area, if you know anyone in the Austin area, come on down March 7th. I'm doing a show. Oh, this is what I didn't do. I'm doing a show here. It's at the Green Room. I think it's Mr. Nice Guys. And then there's like a room inside it called the Green Room. That's where the show is. It'll be this Saturday. I believe pretty much. Yeah, I have no reason to do anything that I've ever said before on stage, and because none of it matches me anymore, so it's going to be all brand new. I don't know, according to whoever. I'm getting 10 to 12 minutes, so come on down. This lineup is really better than me. So come on down. That'd be great. Appreciate it greatly. Also, I sent this out in my mailing list. If you're not a part of my mailing list, you would like to, please, I've got a link in the description if you go down more, right? Also, subscribe, okay? Smash that like button, whatever it is. I don't know. Hit the bell and so forth if you want more of this to come your way. But I'm pretty amped for this, man. I plan on recording it. I plan on having it, Sunday. I'll probably try to do what I can to get it out Sunday at 1 p.m. Hopefully everything goes good enough to where I can film it. I don't know if people think some of this shit actually magically happens. But at times you don't know, I'm basically, how do you say, thank you so much for people. Oh, look at this. Here's what I could do this week too. Look at this. Hey, look at that. Skywire TV. He made noise. Isn't that fun? We got Dan T9V6F over there giving a wave. Thank you so much for that, Dan. There's Skywire TV. My buddy Tim Owens there. Hey, love thy neighbor. You're back again. This is fun, dude. Yo, they're saying to me, love thy neighbor 007. Skywire TV. Dan T9V6F. Thank you guys so much for being here. I greatly appreciate it. I'll do my best to keep checking through the chat. But anything you want to ask, anything you want to say, please, I have no problem with putting it up here. Good stuff, man. Thank you so much, Tim. Appreciate it greatly. Also, Skywire TV. Also, here's a fun thing. By the way, to put this out in my mailing list. But yeah, I think Timmy's going to have a little production company, kids. I think things are going to get moving. So first of all, in case you know, I've always, business, I've always liked taglines, right? And so forth. I paid attention to them. So real flawed comedy is kind of me in a fucking nutshell, right? So I thought, wouldn't it be funny if you had real flawed company? Like, what's your company? A real flawed company. So, pardon me. So voila, right? I've been working in the dark, kids. There's a lot of things coming up. Just be patient with me. This is going to get a lot of fun. So I got a couple shirts here. I don't know if I can zoom in and make it. Oh, you know what I can do? I can press this button. And again, I've mentioned a couple of these things on the live stream, but I don't believe in happiness. It's not something negative, okay? It's that I believe in purpose and alignment, and I think when you're in your purpose, when you're aligning with yourself, that's when your body gives off the dopamine, and we call that happiness, but that's just you actually being you. I can only say this for myself at the moment, but there's times where I guess you could say like I've been bummed out or depressed and so forth. And it was because I believe I wasn't being who I am. When I'm living in a car, hardly doing comedy, not treating myself well when it comes to even mental talk, even hygiene and so forth and all that shit, and I'm sitting there depressed. Why? Because you're not being the fucking rock star you are, stupid. Now go out there and be a rock star before the time ticks and everything's over for you, or we just move on to the next thing. So that's kind of what I don't believe in happiness is. I tried to say everything I just said in 5 words, and then also too comfortable. one of my favorite bits that I will be doing this Saturday that I've come up with lately. And it's just like, that's my main thing with everything. Why everyone's fucking, we're way too comfortable, dude. We've got it so fucking good and we don't even know it. And that right there is hopefully 5 minutes. Hopefully it's 5 minutes. We'll see what happens, you know. But anyway, let me get back. Oh, I could just do this now. We could just do this. Okay. Another thing I have to do in case you want to call in, everybody. Let me go back to the laptop. And we will also, nope, that's what I wanted. Right here, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I love? And I never really mention this too much. Every week, there's a member or two that get into the Discord. And I think that's fucking great. And I'm very excited. I can't wait for the moment when a call comes in and everything works well. We did have someone call in, and I had a problem on my end, so we couldn't hear him. I fucked up. It happens. But regardless, we're here for it. So what I'm going to do is, hopefully you guys could tell. Do I have to do it like this? Oops. See, I had to change some of the things over because of the chat. But here we go. The lines are open, everybody. And if you're trying to call in and I don't see it, if you would, write something in the chat so when it pops up, okay? Thank you, Skywire TV's telling me to preach. Appreciate it. Let me know, and I'll switch over and we'll do this and whatever else. Last week was pretty dope, man. There were a lot of great questions. And I don't know if my answers even we're on the same level as a lot of these questions. So appreciate it greatly. And again, by the way, all of this stuff that I mentioned, I know I kind of rambled through it. I'm learning how to do this better. But, you know, things of this nature, and also if we go up here, we go to the show. This is all on my website, www.iamtimwarner.com. Should be down in the description. What else do I have? Anything else at the moment? Because I only did the one segment, kids. I do have the closer, of course, of oh, I didn't want to do that. Sorry. Of something that doesn't suck. So, and the rest is up to you guys. I'll say this quick. I don't know if anyone, I got how do I say it? I'll just say the truth. One person in my family that I don't know if I really talked to necessarily a lot in my life, whatever, but she hit me up and was like, tell me you're okay and you're safe. So there was a terrorist activity, I guess, that happened down here. Some guy came out all about Iran, shooting up down on 6th Street. And so forth. I didn't know at all whatsoever. But I heard the details. It just sounds like the guy was a real big fan and they killed his fucking, you know. It's like he was wearing his jersey when he came out of the truck with the guns and so forth. I don't know. I think the worst travesty is all the people I've seen that weren't even near the incident that, you know, lucky to be alive. It's like, what are you talking about, dude? You live in Buda. It's like fucking 25 miles away. Relax. Let's calm down with the fucking hashtags, Austin Strong, and you weren't even close. Stop it. Stop using this fucking tragedy that people are going to forget about in about 10 to 11 days because everything's just 2 weeks, right? Remember down in the floods? Down there in the, in the hill country there, right? There was 2 weeks, I guess. And there's still people pulling out fucking damn carcasses from a trailer that smashed into a tree and so forth. But 2 weeks, doesn't matter. And that's here. That's here where it's just, okay. I mean, already the next thing is the Crockett girl there didn't move on to, you know, the next round of America's Got fucking Politics or whatever. So that's that little thing Saturday night. Plus, to be honest with you, I don't know if you people are from here or whatever. There's shootings all the time down on 6th Street. It's just a lot of them aren't wearing, you know, jerseys of other nations. Anyway, I see some movement here. Talk to me. Yeah. Austin Strong. Yeah, it's just, I don't know, like, I get it, but there's just, in a lot of it, I'll be honest with you, it's just like comics and door people and so forth, where over here is where, like, Mothership, Sunset, all that shit. And then over here is where you know, the thingamabob happened. And it's just funny to see, like, lucky to be alive. Yeah, whatever. Hug somebody today, and then the next day, there's not hugs. It's back to fist bumps and fucking awkwardly, like, I don't think you could help my career. So, anyway. I don't know. I feel bad for the victims and the families and so forth, right? You don't want... not that we live forever, but you don't want anyone to die. Especially, I guess, you don't want anyone to die unexpectedly. That's the bummer. When they die on a time, like, I don't know, some of you, like, your parents are still around, you're sitting like, Jesus Christ, won't you go? It's when it's unexpected. It's kind of like, that sucks for everybody. That sucks for everybody. But at the same time, you know, just trying to jump on board with something to get a little fucking sympathy vote or whatever it is you do on the internet nowadays. I don't know. It's not that it disgusts. I'm no longer disgusted. It's just, ha. I don't know how to tell these people that are griping all the time, you know, about everything. It's not going to change. You're going to gripe. And then one day you're going to go, wow, dude, I've been griping for like 25 years. Nothing's fucking changed. I voted this. I wrote this sign. I protested this. I made this meme. I fucking knocked on these doors. And nothing changed. So I'm just going to do my best to treat the people around me the best that I can, okay? With just as little as drama and fucking noise as possible. And if you turn up the noise past anything that I just don't want to deal with, you're gone, dude, done, over. Okay? Everyone else, I'll do what I can. I'll put on a smile, whatever. But this whole, no one's changing the world, dude. No one is. Even the people that can change the world, they're already on a trajectory, dude, that is way beyond anything that we could fathom, because we don't dig into history and traditions enough to know the rituals. Everyone says, oh, history always happens. No, it's just rituals being done by these fucking dummies. Anyway, let's go to the chat. Love thy neighbor 007. I think you're great. Thank you so much for writing here. Ooh, I missed somebody, and I don't know how to bring it down. So we are now going to go to Bad Timmy Eyes. Okay? Nope. There we go. Bad Timmy Eyes. And someone said, so true, people love clout and victimization. You know what? You're so true. The victimization is let's get back up here. The victimization thing. And look, the only reason, again, I think the only reason I say what I say with such, I guess, conviction is because I have been that. I've been that. I was on Facebook the other day. I not a fan, right? But I post on there just to see if some people, you know, whatever, right? You try to do a thing. And they showed memory, like, here's a post from 2 years ago, 3 years ago, whatever. And I'm just looking at him being like, dude, look how fucking desperate you are. Like, look, it is very, there is this little like, hey guys, will you just confirm that I should keep doing this? Instead of just being like, dude, just do the thing, stupid. You know, but it showed you where I was at. Or it showed me, not you. You didn't see my memories. But, you know, anyway, I think you guys get it. Let's go to the chat. I love this. Rich dummies. What was I ranting about rich dummies? Oh, yeah. It's probably the people that run everything and so forth that don't really want peace on earth. There's no profit. Stock market would fucking crash 4,000 points if there was peace on earth. Today in the stock market, everything is fucking crashed because we're all getting along. Everyone's just chilling, dude. Oh my God, is that Iraq just giving oil away to neighboring countries, and then the countries giving what their goods are? They're just giving it for now. Here, just take it. Shit, we got enough. Stocks are crashing. There's no profit in peace. What are we doing? What are we doing? All right, here's the stupid thing. I don't know. Tell me what you guys think of this. All right, show me in the chat. Give me a little reaction. Isn't it amazing that we're in an era where we can send a fucking missile like into the plumbing system and through the toilet and up the ass of the leader of Iran and all of their and most of their cronies? That is just amazing technology, but at the same time, we can't find Nancy Guthrie, and I thought Trump was about Americans first, not dealing with these all these foreigners and illegals. Where's Nancy, Donald? What do you think? You think it'd be a fun little thing to try on stage? Let me just check in with the Discord if you don't mind. Okay. You know, the thing is, there could be like 3 people trying to get in. I don't know if I would know it. Just going to be honest with you. So anyway, that's a flaw on my part. We're going to figure it out. Anyway, this is great. Thank you again, guys, for being in the chat, because honestly, that helps a lot of the algorithm, the push, the impressions. More that people chat, the more YouTube thinks that this is a fun, interactive live stream thing, and then I don't know what happens after that. I guess get some more people, and there's more chat, and there's I don't know, maybe comments, cutting videos, and whatever. And I'm going to also say I'm really excited about Saturday. I'm gonna be honest with people. I don't like admitting this. I feel shame about it, but I haven't been on stage that much. I'd say in the last 6 weeks. Lot has been trying to figure out a schedule for this to make it the most productive and I don't know, the best kind of like experience that I could do in this moment. And and whatever, right? So, sorry, I just had a brain fart. Well, it must not have been that important. Anyway. Oh, yeah. Haven't done it in like 6 weeks. So, I started getting back up on stage. Some open mics. Nothing to get excited, dude. I'm like a fucking nobody. You know what I mean? I don't mean that in a negative way. It's just that Joe Rogan thing was like 3 years ago. It doesn't. It's practically irrelevant at this point. Whatever. I don't. It's what it is. And but man, I have had so much fun. I may have been the only one having fun, but I've had so much fun, and I haven't really done anything necessarily constructive that I have like structured, written, and I've been just kind of just pointing out what I see. I don't know. Not that I don't know what I am. I'm neutral, but it's like my perspective. I'm very aware of, I don't know. I'm very aware of how flawed I am, and I've begun to accept it. As it gets a little hot in here, I got to figure out what I'm going to do this summer. I don't know if air conditioning makes a lot of noise. I don't know how it's going to work. But, Tim, why are you even griping about it being a little hot? There's people in New York right now that have snow up to their scrotum. Fair enough. I should be more grateful for the slight discomfort I have compared to the utter discomfort they have up there. One of the worst things is like in Groundhog Day when you step on a puddle. Going to the chat. What do we got here? Oh my Lord, this is a long one. Okay, I love this. This has got to be Love Thy Neighbor. You are the greatest. Let's go to Blind Man Cam. All right. it's amazing to see how much money the USA will spend on foreign, without a doubt, supported wars. What do you mean? No, I'm kidding. Israel drags in here, and the state-of-the-art butthole torpedoes. Oh, you're fantastic. But forget about universal health care. That's too hard. Suppress people equals control, without a doubt. But you know what? I don't know. I don't know what to say about universal health care. That's why I've never written too much about it. Maybe I should, but I don't. I've never participated. Like, basically, here's my health checkup. People ask me how I'm doing. I check, and I go, yeah, I'm doing good. That's about it. You know? Sometimes I'll grab my own balls and just, everything's working. We're good. I think I've already done the over of what I thought I was going to do when I was in the worst of it. So, I don't know. For me, everything's bonus. But there is also just people that take advantage of free. It's, I even notice in a comedy when you get like a flyer or something when you're making a thing. There's something different between like, hey, we're giving a free show and no cover. There's a difference. So maybe if, I don't know, I guess you brand it no cover healthcare. Healthcare with no cover. Come on in. Sorry, maybe that one's for me. But I just imagine some barker outside for fucking healthcare. Hey, man. What are you up to? Anyone checking on you? Anyone ask you how you're doing? Here, take this. What's this, man? Hey, dude, we're doing some healthcare tonight down at the... Why don't you come on in? Whatever else, there's no cover. We'll grab your balls, your cough. It'll be a good time. Come on down. All right. Again, I'm just having fun, dude. I may be the only one in the room having fun, but that's okay. I don't care anymore. Anyway. Oh, that's a good time. What do we got here? I love this. See, the thing is, do you make them... This got to be Love Thy Neighbor. There's Skywire TV. Love Thy Neighbor. Do you make them real long comments? So we have to go to Blind Man Cam. Universal health care is just an example of Americans first. Okay. Okay. That's fair. I see what you're saying. If you don't love universal care, it's far better use of tax dollars. Okay. I cannot I could, but it would go against who I am. So I can't argue. I can't argue that point. It is a better use. It is like that old Bill Hicks thing. You know what I mean? If we took all the money we put into defense, the trillions of dollars that we spend on defense, and we put that into feeding and clothing the poor of the world, it would pay for everything so many-fold that we could all explore outer space together as one. Right? That is, I don't disagree with you. But also, I don't know. It's just none of it's easy, and I'm not saying you're this in any way, but it's just I don't know. People, I feel like there's a lot of like we should have this, right? Whatever it is, everyone should have that, and it's like, well, it's just not that easy. Like, oh, universal healthcare, okay, but it's not that easy. Should it be? Without, yes. But the way that... I don't think it's the way the system is made. If you look at the Constitution, blah, 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 blah. But how the system is used, abused, whatever the word you would like to use, that's what it is. I don't even know if that made sense. It did to me. And sometimes that's all that matters, That is all that matters. This is good stuff, though. I really appreciate you Really appreciate you coming in. It's really great. It's really great. And thank you again. Everyone who's here. Everyone who's here. This is what it's all about right now. I had a ball. I really had a ball last week. And you guys really made me think about a lot of things too. I don't know if I want to say, I'm going to say the name wrong maybe. It was like Fern Gully Guster or something. Great question about if you were to have a special drop tomorrow, what would the first thing be? Like, what would your first joke be? It's just like, wow, that's a great question. Thought about it all week. Still don't even know if I have an answer. Because right now I'm doing 10 to 12, so the beginning would be a slight observation, like a condensed version of perhaps the missile up the butt. And then where's Nancy? Where's Nancy? Oh, I'm sorry. No one said anything, but let me just double check in with the Discord here, make sure I haven't missed this. And again, I don't even know if I'm doing it right. I'm not going to lie to you. There's members. We got a thing. Okay. Anyway, thank you again for being here. In case I haven't mentioned, can I take this moment? I think it's been long enough. Okay. If we could just take a quick opportunity to say again, first of all, if you haven't, please subscribe. This is only going to evolve more and more and get better and better as I learn more things and then be able to juggle all the kind of somewhat things I have going on. Eventually it would be like driving where there's like 20 things you're doing, but it's just driving. But yeah, hit subscribe, hit a notification bell if you want. I'm going to be dropping videos. Stand-up should be happening more and more. Boom, 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 boom. And for some of you out there, because I do get some messages sometimes and comments, I will probably sign up for Kill Tony, but it's not going to be probably as soon as you would like. Why are we stuttering? Is that just me? Right now? We have a bad connection at the moment? Uh-oh. How's everything? This says excellent. Okay, sorry about that. Man, what's happening? This looks off, but maybe it's not. It's going to be a little delayed on your end, but if you see some kind of I'm trying to look on here right now because my OBS is like this and I don't know. Okay, looks like it's good. Looks like I'm just being a weirdo, so I deeply apologize. So indeed, I got to get better at this. Hit the subscribe button. Oh yeah, Kill Tony. It's not going to be like in the next month, okay? But I don't know. Me personally, this is how I look at it, okay? No one asked for this, but this is how I look at it. One, I think I should have 3 minutes. And what I mean is 3 separate minutes. That's me. I want that in my pocket when I go in the back. I don't know who's up before me. I don't know who the guest is going to be. So I just don't want to have like, here is my minute. And it's just this kind of like all or nothing. I'd rather take, because I would any other time. If I'm doing a show, if I'm doing whatever else, like, yes, there is this, I would like to get to A to Z in a sense if I'm doing a set, but then there's also, I look at it as like I open and close kind of is the same, and then the middle, it's how I've always enjoyed music and concerts. Pardon me. So you bookend, and then the middle, so I try to make my bits where it's like, okay, if I'm doing this and I'm doing this, I can interchange them. Because I begin here and I know I'm ending here, so I can go any way I want as long as I know I'm ending here, if that makes sense to anyone. Just like bands, you got all these songs. I always hated when I saw a band multiple times and it was the same fucking, you know. I like the variety, and again, most bands they have that closer. So I'm not going to, and then also the opener usually kind of just, I don't know, somewhat sets a vibe, sets a tone, then from there. So I think, so I want to have 3 minutes. That's me. I don't think that's over preparing. I don't think I'm delaying. There's nothing out of fear. I want to go in prepared. I don't want to go in and have a moment. I doubt I'll ever question myself the way I did in the bad moments like that. If I continue what I'm doing, I won't be like that ever again on there. If it doesn't go well, then that's just on me somehow, whatever that would be. But most of it's an energy thing, and I don't have necessarily the cloud I had over me of just like, fuck everything and yada yada. So it's not going to happen for like a month or so, but I will be, going down there every Monday. Who knows? A lot of people claim it in a negative light. They're like, oh, it's fucking wasting my time. And it's like, I don't know. It all depends on how you look at it, what you want. I don't know. It's different for everybody. But I think anyone who says it's a waste of time because all you want is, the, whatever it is, the fame, I guess. Would you call it fame? You know what I mean? You step 5 yards away from something and, they don't know who you are. You get outside of that world. That's the one thing, real quick, I see a chat here. Real quick, that's one thing with people. I don't know if it's like this with other jobs. I imagine it is. But you get in this world, and then you all act like everyone knows the world. Like that, your world, but it's like no one does. I remember when I was in New York City, I was a dishwasher at a vegan restaurant place thing, right? And down in like Williamsburg, Brooklyn, whatever. And I worked in the mornings, and people there knew I did stand-up. Couple of them came to my shows, whatever, good times, right? And Louis got busted with, or whatever. People came out and was like, he's jacked off in front of me, And so that's when I think he had, two specials that were, they got like Grammys, like hilarious and whatever else there. And then the TV show was doing well. I think he was about to drop a movie that he wrote or something in black and white. And then all of that just went, right? Complete cancel. So I go into work and I'm like, you guys hear about Louis C.K.? And these dudes are like, who? And I just thought the whole world knew who fucking Louis. No one knew. Anyway, let's go to the chat. Oh boy, look at this. This is I love thy neighbor. Oh, there's some other ones here. So let's go down to Blind Man Cam. Okay, first of all, Dan 9V6F. Respect. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. How do I do this? Right back at you, man. How often does a non-regular have to go to kill Tony before they get pulled on average? I figure it's luck, and sometimes, let me put this back up here, sorry, and sometimes who you know, right? Some plants mixed in. Well, I mean, here's the thing, dude, right? It's just like anything. It's entertainment, okay? So, is there an element of control? Yeah, probably. There's also an element of surprise. Sometime, I don't know. It is kind of interesting. You get like a New Year's Eve show, this kind of big deal in an arena, and it's like 7 people have never done it before. But, a lot of the people that work on the show behind the scenes and so forth, a lot of them are comics in the scene. So, word of mouth, this guy's funny, this guy's this, and so forth. And then probably, there is a little bit of like, all right, dude, we'll pull him up, I imagine, But I mean, they're also, I think as time has gone on, you have to have the randomness. That's what makes it, like, that's the beauty, the magic of the show, in a sense. But also there has to be a controlled element because, yeah, you can't constantly have like, oh, this is my first time ever getting on stage. Well, congratulations. Thank you so much. So, but it really depends. It depends. The more the more you're out, the more you're just out. Like, you don't even have to talk to anybody. If you're just out and you go up, you get laughs. Doesn't matter where you are. People will go, who's that guy? What's that? Why is he getting laughs? Like eventually people will talk and people will go, this guy's been getting a lot of laughs. It happens. I don't think it's a lot where it like ruins any authenticity or integrity of the show at all. But it's just like anything. It's like wrestling. It's like all sports now. There's definitely some element of control. Definitely. How many times can you just have utterly horrific calls in a championship game or leading up to it that creates an outcome that does a thing, right? So, but it varies. I mean, I imagine. I wouldn't be surprised if it took 3 to 6 months. But then again, I don't know how many people are there because there's also that element. I'm kind of out of touch with the scene a little bit, so I don't really know if it's necessarily gotten. It seems like it's gotten a little smaller. It's about time. It's been 4 years. So if you look at like crypto waves or whatever, 4-year cycles, it kind of makes sense. It took a little time with COVID to have things established. And then like when the mothership came, it did kind of give a hierarchy. There has to be some kind of value to that hierarchy. And plus, comedy is just so subjective anyway. But that kind of gave a hierarchy. If you're a door person or whatever at the mothership, that matters, I guess. And then Sunset is probably around that. You take a place like Velveeta, which has been around forever. That place ain't going to go anywhere. But, what is it? Stanhope's first special. Word of mouth. I want to say his first special, word of mouth, is at the Velveeta Room. Might have been like his first taping, but I think it was after, it was right around Sicko those days, before like Deadbeat Hero and so forth. There's Roscoe's, and that's way over on the other side. There's probably, I don't know if East Village is still around. I guess you can count Vulcan in a way. That's a comedy venue that's right in that area. Black Rabbit, I think, is like right in that area. Then I think there's just like a bunch of mics and so forth and things. But yeah, I don't know if I answered your question. It varies. But I just... I don't know. Don't go thinking about it. You don't go thinking about that. You go. It's just, it's like anything in life. Discipline, right? Anything where, all right, if this is who I want to be, what do people who want to be what I want to be do? They do this. So I do this. I'm a part of this because I am this. And then Tuesday's a certain night, even the day, just how you function. And that was the thing with me. That's what I've been walking into. So sometimes I apologize for not necessarily being the funniest person in the world. But man, if you knew like 6 months ago, a year and a half ago, how much I just didn't even think I was funny, didn't believe myself, oh, I was a loser, all those negative things you don't like to, hear people talk about and so forth. Yeah, that was me. I didn't... Even when people would laugh, I would just be like, yeah, I got lucky, like even in regular conversations. So, and now I'm just walking back into, yes. Like it's weird. It's like giving myself permission to be funny. If that makes, like, why doesn't, I don't know. Because I guess I didn't allow myself. Because it should be natural. It is natural. I mean, Skywire, who's on, I don't know if you still watch it, but he's on here and, I've known him for years. We went to high school together, all this shit. He knows like 13. I did some New York State finals at the Landmark Theater. There's something else here. Let me show you something quick. Yeah, this this is a dumb thing. I don't know if I got the article or whatever. But here, we can go to this camera. I think we can show this camera. Oh, there we go. But that's, God, I don't know, 12, 13 years old. And that was in the Post Standard. That I am in a trailer park. That's what I lived in, not a double wide, okay? I'm not trying to be a braggart. But as you can see, my teeth were a fucking mess. Yeah, I'm dressed up as Urkel, believe it or not. All right, notice no blackface, huh? I was about the people back then, but I was Urkel. I don't know why I didn't have the glasses on. I must have been. I was probably really excited to have. The whole trailer park was excited. To be honest with you, what's this say on the back here? Let's take a look. This was on eBay, too, believe it or not. I think I got it for like $6 or something. Yeah, a sad night when I think I Googled myself or something. But 13-year-old comedian Tim Warner of Kirkville, that's just outside of Syracuse, does a Steve Urkel imitation I did, at his home. Warner will be competing in a comedy contest at the Landmark Theater. I think that was the caption underneath when I was 13 years old. And why'd I even bring that up? There had to be a point. Right? I haven't seen this in fucking years. I forgot I had this in here. I was going to put it up in the back, somewhere. And then, oops, I never got to it. Oh boy. Yeah, I never got to it and so forth, so that's great. But yeah, Skywire here has known me since I was 13. And that's what you be. And yeah, the naturalness. It was just natural, I think high school, there's a dude who won, funniest, whatever, blah, blah. But I think I told people I didn't want it for whatever reason. I don't know why. Taking some stand. I don't know what it was. I didn't want to be in the yearbook for things. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Like, what was it? Everyone's got a quote, your senior quote, right? I'm going to dream. I'm going to be this. Dance. What was it? Dumb shit people say? Sing like no one's listening. Dance like no one's watching. Fuck like you're being filmed. Yeah, mine was like to never mind you in utero. Just add bleach into the incesticide because I just wanted to fit all 4 Nirvana albums into a senior quote. What do we got here? Natural is the way to go. There you are. Timmy Skywire TV. He knows. He knows what I'm talking about with that picture. But yeah. And then I guess somewhere along the way, when you start, I guess I'm not going to say you. I'm sorry. This is me. I guess along the way when it started kind of maybe mattering, being a competition. Or maybe it was just, what probably happened? You go to New York, everyone tells you, like, hey, dude, you're funny, but the fucking odds. There were a couple people that were just like, dude, I think you're going to do great things. Just keep your fucking nose clean. And that's not what I didn't do. But, what do we got? Some action going on here. But, you go down and then shit started like, I got passed at the comic strip within 2 years. And I remember watching the comic strip live on fucking Fox, man. I sat there, here real quick, the chat. I'm sorry. Skywire, here we go. Nobody understood you because they were too busy competing for likes before likes existed. You know what? Yeah, but that's teenager. You know what I mean? That's high school. That's, but yes, we did kind of have but I think that's also just being fucking 16, dude, at that time. Like, that was 16 without the internet. You know what I mean? That's what you instead of going on Facebook, you went to Carmela's on Friday night after the basketball game and smoked cigarettes and tried to make whatever rings, you know, and then maybe go dip and smoke some weed in the fucking parking lot, and then come back and have some mozzarella sticks and not tip the lady a bunch and have her hate you. You know what I mean? But now we just go on the internet. But, well, what else here? Hold on. There's some other stuff. You were an OG, he says. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. You know? Yeah, just imagine being an OG as a child. You know, right now, it's like, dude, you're an OG, Warner. But it's like being 8 years old, like, you're an OG. It's like, what are you talking about? I'm 8. Haven't even been here a decade. Carmela's with the, yeah, hacky sack. Yeah, you know. I was asking myself today, yeah, I got talking with a guy from New York the other day. Old dude, 67 or whatever, but he was from, Jesus Christ, near, why is it slipping on me? It's not Middle Village. Anyway, Ridgewood type shit, right? Out near, I can't think of, it's not Flushing, but it's whatever the thing next to Flushing and then Nassau County, right? So he's got the whole accent, the whole nine. And, I don't know. My whole point of all of this, sorry, I got off track. The whole point of all of this was, it's not that like when it became competition, but when it became reachable, maybe, or the idea of it, when you start taking some steps and then all of a sudden the thing is I had people close to me, like family and shit, that were just like, odds are against you, what are you doing? So when I got a little taste, it you know, and then just, I guess I just stopped having fun in a way for a little bit, you know? And then I didn't allow myself to be funny. It had to be, it's like going to a job, or it's like when you're young and you start fucking and you're one of those premature ejaculators, because why wouldn't you? Because you've never, what are you, 15, 13, whatever, you've never had a sensation that even comes close to like an orgasm. Especially like even just the idea of pussy. Just being able, and a girl being like, yeah, I'll let you take this piece of skin and stick it in me without you haven't gone to training school, you haven't done, you know, there's no college, there's no precursor, there's no internship, you just start doing this thing that could produce a human, and you you do it awkwardly, so you sit there and you think too much about it, and you're like, all right, I can't come, you know, yeah, I can't, and then, you know, eventually you're one of those people that do dumb things like jam your fucking cock in the toilet seat, whatever else, and give pain, thinking because baseball stats just aren't good enough. I mean, we've all been there. Okay. Oh, I am sorry. I have neglected this. You know what? Love thy neighbor. You're 1,000,000,000% right. I'm getting a little better, but I am all over the place with this. You're 1,000,000,000% right. So, again, guys, I know I should have mentioned this sooner, but again, learning experience. March 7th, that's this Saturday, down at the old green room in Mr. Nice Guys. Going to be doing comedy, going to be taping it, I'm going to put it on YouTube, but that is not a reason that if you're in Austin to not come. You know what I mean? It's not one of those, don't be one of these people that just sit home and watch the world and comment on everyone else living. Don't be that. Come out to a comedy show. Okay, that's Joe Young, by the way. Also, this is on my website. It's under extras on that tab. But I got 2 shirts for sale. I love what the service I go through, whatever. It's really cool. I'm not getting ripped off. It supports me, and then also you're wearing stuff where people can go, what the fuck is that? And you can go, oh, there's this comedian. You should check him out. You know, buy his merch, watch his live stream, be a part of the live stream. Join in, if you will. Okay. I think on that note, that's an hour. Okay, that's an hour. Unless there's anyone else who has any questions, and I know there's a little delay, so I will, because I don't like doing the last segment. But I appreciate everyone. This is fantastic. Again, thank you all for the comments and the shares. Because I see in YouTube I get shares. But spreading the word. Thanks for also sharing your time with me. It's greatly appreciated. I really love where this is going. I really love it. We still got a long way to go and so forth, but nights like this, that picture, I can't believe it's on the studio right now. Wow, it's that delayed? Anyway, yeah, things like that, this is good because one, I will admit, I don't necessarily know what to make videos about when it comes to YouTube. I guess, I don't know what people are interested in. And then, but also things like this tonight. This is exactly, and last week as well, is exactly why I wanted to do this, why I wanted to get this started, why I wanted all of you to be a part of it as well. I want to share this however way. Who knows what's going to happen? You know what I mean? But just imagine. It'd be cool to be able to look back and go, wow, look at this guy was just a dummy. He was just a dummy. And he stopped being a dummy. And then look at that. So, I don't know. But thank you, everybody. Thank you. I get messages throughout the week. It's so awesome. It's so awesome. And thank you for supporting. Thank you for rooting. Thank you for, it's dope. And thank you for joining me. Thank you for being a part of this. And before I go, let me make sure I covered everything, right? Boom, 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 boom. This is really great. Oh, yeah. This is something I should do also. I started last week. I want to say thank you to, I don't mean to get this wrong. Let's go to Blind Man Cam. Yes. I want to say Dan T9V6F. Thank you so much for being here this evening. Skywire TVs. Thank you. Oh, I can do it right here. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, I forgot that. Yay! Right? Love Thy Neighbor 007. I know you've been to more, but I'm going to say this is probably your third week in a row. Chatting it up with me. So thank you for sharing your time. That means a lot, dude. People got lives, people got things. And also there's people that are just like, dude, I don't want to do anything. So the fact that even is, it's pretty amazing. I hope I'm not forgetting anybody or I'm missing anybody. I don't know. I think it was, am I? And if I am, I deeply apologize. I don't think I missed. No, and if I did, I wouldn't even know, to be honest with you. So, on that note, let's go to, at least what my favorite segment that we do, believe it or not, it's really this. Something that I got to get like a drum roll. I got to get something for this. We got to figure something out. There should be some kind of something that doesn't suck, or this is something that doesn't suck. Last week, I said I was going to do the 5 senses, right? So, I think I'm not doing that because this is the thing I thought of, and after I thought of it, I was like, I don't know if this is actually a sense, right? Because you got last week we did hearing, listening. It's a beautiful thing. You got smell, you got taste, right? You got touch, seeing. Yeah. So what did Dum Dum come up with for something that doesn't suck? And I was going to say your voice, talking, communication. it's a missed art. Last week I emphasized on the fact of listening. But you know what? This week I want to emphasize on and be grateful for the fact that not only me, but everybody can communicate with people. That I'm able to express my feelings through words, through language, through tone, through facial expressions. It is tremendous to be able to communicate with people. I have been spending probably, I would say, I did one of those like, I don't think I meant to, but it turned into this where basically the last year of my life I kind of spent in the dark. Didn't really talk to people, got all of this together and the stuff that I have fucking planned for the next 6 months as well, you know? And now that I'm at a point where I could do things like this, where I can reply for Dan dash T9V6F for giving a heart. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate it. Here, this is what I see people do when there's sunsets. Thank you. You know, and to be able to do this. You know, the thing is though, I've been reading a little Shakespeare lately because I think he used 5,600 words or something like that. 6,000 words, I believe, something like that. I'm probably way off, actually. It was probably, anywho. And just how concise he was with his language. As I'm getting back to actually structuring sets and making sure that I don't have extra words and that I'm not wasting time with, nonsense. You know, it's just basically like here, boom, laugh, boom, laugh. Tell the joke, show the joke. So you tell the joke and then you do the act out, right? So, so having that voice, I kind of fall asleep at times to unsolved mysteries. Oop, this is still something that doesn't suck. I sometimes fall asleep to unsolved mysteries. And there was an episode where somebody got a phone call for someone they haven't heard in 10 years. And I don't know about you guys. People don't call. I call people, but people don't call anymore, right? It's all very written. Do you know how nice it is to give someone your voice? Last week I talked about listening. You know what? Have you thought about this for a minute? Is there an old friend, a loved one, somebody you haven't talked to in a while that would love to hear your voice? There's something to that. There's some people that get ashamed of their voice. You shouldn't, man. It's your voice. It's pretty, that's what's great about imitations as well, being able to change that. I don't know. I think I've talked too much to be able to do it. Let's see. Hold on. It's been a while. I don't know if I can. All right. Jews. Puerto Ricans. Oh, God. Here we go. All right. The blacks. Okay. So, yeah. The voice, I'm thankful for it, even though it's not necessarily one of the senses. I really thought when I was jotting it down earlier. And then, I had a couple issues with the stream, but, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes before the stream, I'm like, dude, your voice is in a sense. You're a fibber. I'm kidding. But, yeah, I did actually think my voice was okay. Well, you know what? I will also say maybe I'm not the best at ending this. So again, the people that are here, I imagine you've done this, but if you could, subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you would give me a like, maybe put it, you've done enough. That's the other thing too. I'm sorry about this, people, how this world's like this. Like I was about to say, could you comment on the video? No, you've done enough. You've hung out, you've done everything. I'm not going to ask you to do any more. When it comes to this, I will, again, one more time, I will say, hey, man, seriously, if you know anybody, come on out. Tell them. Send them an email, text. You know what else? How about this? Get ready for it. Why don't you give them a call? And also, if you feel, if you dig them, if you don't dig them, I'm just trying to figure it out. But these are things that I will be saying on stage and bits I'll be doing and segments and whatever. So maybe it'll, come together. But at the moment, I do have up for sale a number of sizes, by the way. This place is great. On my website, what is there? Say up to 5 extra large, whatever that is. I don't even know what that is. A blanket? Like, what, yeah, you know what I mean? Is that a car cover? Okay. So on that note, everybody, this has been a blast. Let me double check, make sure I did not miss anything. Yeah, this has been an absolute blast. Thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed it. Please come back again. Tell people or don't, whatever it is. You've done enough. You're existing. You're being yourself. And honestly, what more could I ask for?